This is crazy for a multi 4 though. We could very easily win this game here. We have a chump blocker. They're at 4. We have a chump blocker. They have to kill us. What's up, guys? It's Boy. We are back with even more Izzet Prowess. I can't get enough of this deck. Like I said, it's my favorite archetype, and this deck is really good right now, so I'm taking full advantage and playing it as much as possible. But we have some new tech this time, and I'm super excited. So I can't claim credit for this. My man Stanley from the Burning Mountain Discord, and I'll link his socials and everything. He makes some content too and streams sometimes. He came up with this tech, and as soon as I saw it, I loved it. He cooked hard with this one. Hearth Elemental. Let's go over the sorcery first. Stoke Genius, Sorcery Adventure. Discard your hand, then draw 2 cards. So it's like a Bedlam Reveler type effect if you ever played with that card. But the idea is get empty-handed, and in our Spellslinger aggro deck, get empty-handed, cast this, draw 2 more cards. Ideally your hand is empty, so you're not discarding anything, and then you still get to draw 2 cards. And then this card goes on adventure, so it's really like you're drawing 3 cards. And the creature part is 5 in a red. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard that are instant cards, sorcery cards, and or have an adventure. So if you get more copies of it in the graveyard, it just counts itself too. And then it's a 4/5. So basically, like, stock up was okay, but it is 3 mana, and that's a lot. We were playing 21 lands to play stock up, but now we shaved it down to 20 to be able to play Hearth Elemental, because you can split up the cost over 2 turns, and so really it goes in this slot. It's a 2 mana card, really. So this lowers our mana cost, makes the deck, I don't know, I feel like it's more resilient. We get another threat, doesn't die to temporary lockdown, big threat in a very threat light deck. Giving this trample and haste is awesome in a pinch. This is very good at triggering Cutter because it's 2 spells itself. So a lot to like about this. We're also trying 1 Quarry Mountain Monastery. You can exile a card from top of your library, so just utility land. If we get completely empty-handed, it could be nice in a pinch. And that's pretty much it. We didn't change anything in the sideboard. Stanley's version had 4 Thundering Falls and no island. I just wanted to run 1 less tap land because I'm kind of sick of the tap lands. Last session we ended just cracking top 500, and then I played 3 games with this version and I won all 3, and we got to inside of top 300. Now we're at 302. But yeah, I'm super excited to play this version. Let's see if we can get to top 200, maybe even get into the double digits if we run hot. All right, we're against Nikolai, number 244. We get to be on the play, and his hand's a keep, and we even have Hearth Elemental in our opener, so let's see how it does. I think we lead with talent, get our non-hasted threat into play first. Sometimes I like to save the talent to trigger prowess. If we already have a lot of spells, I don't worry about it. I want to get the non-haste threat down first. Same thing if you play like Modern and play Soulscar Mage and Swiftspear, you generally try to play Soulscar Mage first. Iron Claw. Let's not worry about the Thundering Falls. I want to be able to attack through here. So we're against mono red. Tons and tons of mono red. And Prowess and Gruul. Like, is it Prowess, Gruul Prowess, or Gruul just aggro on the ladder right now? So you really got to be prepared to deal with aggro. It's nice that we're getting empty-handed decently fast. We can play this land, play 2 spells next turn, and then maybe do Hearth Elemental the following turn. It's Emberheart Challenger. Kill that one. Ooh, Slick Shot. Honestly, it might be a scenario where we just discard Slick Shot. We'll see. So I'm gonna opt and then Surveil. Alright, we don't want that. Bolt Wave. Okay. We can Bolt Wave and then Hearth Elemental next turn. Maybe. It just depends on what we draw and stuff. Let's kill that one. It's also, you know, we shouldn't get too hung up on casting this. I know I'm very excited to, but if we can just kill him next turn with this, we'll just do it. Bolt wave slick shot could easily be lethal here. Okay, probably not since they killed our stuff. We go to 12. They have 2 Hired Claws in play. Okay, they both trigger there. Okay, land is nice. So we have 3 spells in our yard right now. This would be 4. This is tough. We could, I don't know. Definitely playing this land. I think I like just play Slick Shot, Bolt Wave them. I don't want to discard either of these cards here. I think we just do that. And then they should not be able to kill us from here. They have 4 damage on the board. Okay, they're gonna block. So they have 2 damage on the board, 2 mana. Could go up to 3 mana. So unless they have like exactly triple Bolt Wave or 2 Bolt Waves in Monstrous Rage, they can't kill us. Okay, Lightning Strike or Slick Shot. That's fine. I have to stay back on defense. I'm so excited to cast this Hearth Elemental. You have no idea. Stoke Genius. Yeah, Stoke Genius. Stanley is the genius in this scenario. Alright, land is actually pretty good. Boom. Discard my hand. Draw 2. Alright, honestly, not the best draws. Get him for 2 and then play our 4/5. Chump. Cool. We can just spend 4 mana and get back a Bolt Wave next turn or something too. Yeah, I mean, that felt good. Not that we wouldn't have won this game if this was something else, or if it was like stock up, it probably would, but you know, we're running out of gas here. We get them down to 4, we don't have any more spells, and then you just get to do this, so. Alright, that's a pretty sick draw. I'll be honest, I'm kind of trolling here because they could kill this, chump this, and then we still don't have lethal this turn. But it's fine. Okay. We probably could have just played Cutter and gave this Tramp 1 haste. And that would have been best. Alright, against this, I just trim all the Bolt Waves. Someone commented saying leave in Bolt Wave so we can race. I disagree. I think the matchup after sideboarding becomes way too interactive to be just about racing and pure speed. So I don't like having a card that doesn't affect the board. Game 1, I generally love Bolt Wave. It lets you cheese game 1 with having a lot of damage. Because game 1, everyone has less interaction. So you're more likely to get to 20 points of damage in a reasonable amount of time. Alright, normally I trim 1 Sleight of Hand, but 4 Hearth Elemental is a lot against mono red, so maybe we just go to 3. If we see Cori-Steel Cutter, we could bring in Spell Pierce. They probably have some. And if we see Screaming Nemesis, we could do Flood Maw. I don't like it unless they're playing like 4 Nemesis. Yeah, boarding in 5 removal spells against mono red has felt pretty good. 3 torches and 2 abrades. The when it goes first, we have 0 removal. Hearth Elemental, not great here. Not, you know, stock up wouldn't be any better in this scenario. I think we ship this. I think we can get better 6s. All right, that is a much better 6. That's why you mulligan, chat. I said chat for 0 reason. I'm not streaming. Who wants this blue land? Our hand is not very blue. Alright, we will kill that. I just like to play defense when I'm on the draw. Just really slow them down. Yep. Unfortunately, just bottom that. I just want to naturally draw land. Next turn, you can probably just abrade that. Hopefully they don't have like Nemesis here. That's a lot of damage. Every time they do this trigger, they get Monstrous Rage. Okay, no Monstrous Rage. Should have not played your land first. Oh, they just have it in hand. Okay. Very nice. Yes, I would love to take 12. Thank you. Yeah, we just have to kill this now. I don't know. I'm not blocking and just letting Swifter die to mouse for no reason. We can very easily die. If we die, we die. Probably aren't winning this game. Another rage. Reverse lightnings to face. Very nice. Alright, game 3. It's kind of how it goes. Lucky to be on the play game 1. So, did they play anything? No, they played all very, very typical mono red cards. So I think we just keep it like it is and submit. Tap lane kind of killed us there. We could have held up a braid. Turn 2. That would have been very nice. Okay, this hand's very good. I hope this isn't Heartfire Hero. Okay, killing our thing is actually exactly what I wanted. If they're gonna play a 2-drop. Do I just jam Cutter? I think I just play Cutter. No, because if we had 3rd land, I would definitely do that. If we had 3rd land, I would definitely Cutter here, and then next turn Cutter Swift Spear or Cutter Burst Lightning. But I think we have to just plot to guarantee that we can go Cutter plus spell. I mean, we could play Cutter and then next turn go Swift Spear plus Burst Lightning, but I would rather... I don't know, that's probably okay too. I like to save 1 mana instants for later, you know, flurry triggers. Alright. Land, no land. It's okay. Yeah, stick to the plan. I think we're gonna run them over. if we do this, so. Heartclaw is very good, but it's not nearly as scary as Heartfire Hero or Emberheart Challenger. That's fine. We will trade. We will trade our Infinite Monks for one of your Hired Claws. Land would be tight. Monstrous Rage. Sure. No land. Let's just go. Let's start with Slate. Yeah, we'll just go Slate, Burst Lightning, the Swift Spear. Okay, we do hit land. And now we'll go Slate. Oh, sorry, now we'll go Swift Spear. And then Burst Lightning there, so we're just much less likely to die next turn. I think it's impossible for us to die next turn. And then we have the kill basically guaranteed. Cutter. We want to do this before combat. They could torch the tower or something. I'm not really worried about that. But we are going to target one of our 3 toughness guys. Forget this one, I guess. Oh, that's a punt actually, because this is going to get removed. There's actually, oh no, it keeps 3 toughness. Okay. I thought it was going to get removed and then go to 2 toughness. And then they would have a spot to kill it with a burn spell. Like a 2 damage burn spell. Witchstalker Frenzy, that was the card in their hand. They can go to 1. And they have to chump Swift Spear. And then Higher Claw gets to eat 1. Get the attack in, let's go. We're dead. I'm terrified. Okay. Good games. Awesome. Starting off strong. Where's that put us? 211. We're getting up there. Alright, see you in the next one. Okay. To be on the plate again, running hot. We're against Flesh Eating Gnome at rank 172. This hand's good. Quarry Mountain's tap land here, but this hand's very good. Definitely go Swift Spear here, and then we plot Slick Shot, most likely. So let's just attack. Plot Slick Shot. So the Thundering Falls will make our Quarry Mountain come in untapped, right? Yeah, control A planes or an island. Alright, unfortunately, no untapped land here. And they have 2 mana up, so they're probably going to kill something, but we continue with our plan here. How do you have 0 removal in this hand where you played nothing on turns 1 and turn 2? Yeah, I would take another Cori-Steel Cutter. If you're keeping a hand that doesn't do anything on turn 1 and turn 2... Oh, okay. I thought this was like Gruul aggro. It's some Temur deck. Okay, never mind. Alright, some Temur deck. If they didn't play Botanical Sanctum, I never would have realized. But this is the red-blue land. I honestly am pretty clueless here. it's probably some kind of ramp or control deck, so Spell Pierce might be nice. But I don't want to change too much. I don't know. I kind of just want to resubmit. Our main deck seemed very good against them, so let's just resubmit. We can make changes game 3 if we need to. Very unusual to be top 200 Mythic and then just do nothing first 3 turns and die. Alright, I guess we keep this. It's a little... So we have no blue. Let's mulligan. This hand's not good either. Opponent mulligan to 6, they keep 6. Let's go to 5. Okay, this hand's much better. Yeah, do it like that. Let's play Talon on 1. So, the other really nice thing about the Hearthfire Elemental, or sorry, Hearth Elemental, I think it's called, is it's very good with mulligans. Because we're already empty-handed, so if we find it here... Watch Rage's okay, we're just not close enough for it to actually kill them, so I think we just want to find card draw. Again, no removal, no nothing in the first few turns. There's a removal. Yeah, we're gonna dump our hand, I guess. I'll save the Bolt Wave and get more prowess triggers next turn. Leave some on the table here if they Pyroclasm us or something. I think it's fine. Okay, they just concede. They have nothing. I don't know. Call that one a fluke. Alright, 159. Let's keep it going. Play again. We're just running hot. Okay, take it back. I really take it back. Oh my. Good night. Okay, wait, this hand has Hearth Elemental. Can we pull off the legendary Mull to 4? So the cards we want to keep here are these. I don't know, should we keep a 1-drop? I think we want Cori-Steel Cutter. Normally if I have to mull to 4, I mulligan and I don't play anything and just see what they're on. And then I have an advantage sideboarding game too, but it's okay. We have Hearth Elemental. I want to try this. Yeah, we're gonna get smacked down. I'm gonna be honest. This is kind of nicey. Okay, that's there. Mulligan undone. That is gas. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Ouch. Oh, we're so dead. We have a lot of damage too. Alright. Start with Opt. I'm just looking for like Monstrous Rage. Flick Shot. Nah, we can maybe follow it with Slick Shot next turn. I think we just cast all of our spells. I'm not sure how much damage this is. This is crazy for a Mull to 4 though. We could very easily win this game here. We have a chump blocker. They're at 4. We have a chump blocker. They have to kill us. Pretty much have to kill us. Okay. That's a lot of damage. I think we're dead. No? Yeah, we're dead. Never mind. I forgot these are attacking. We're dead. Alright. A for effort. Let's get some removal. Lithomanics, Braids. Let's just go all the removal spells. Cut Bolt Waves. Cut a Hearth Elemental. Cut like 2 Sleight of Hands. I don't think we care about Into the Flood Maw. Alright, try it like that. That was one of the best multipores I've ever seen, though, I will say. Okay, these hands are just abominations. We'll keep this. Put back a Rage. No, this is red only, but we only have red cards in our hand. And we have an answer to that 1/3. I forget what it's called. Okay, can't cast that. I'm gonna Rage it just because we have an extra one. A no 2-drop. Slick Shot. Let's attack. It's probably Resolute Reinforcements. I guess I could have like a 2 damage spell here. Plot. I know I'm missing 1 damage here, but into open mana I just didn't want to slam. Especially when we have like Rage in hand. If they do have like a 2 damage burn spell or something. So next turn we can play this, maybe kill whatever they play, and then Rage. Temp lockdown, okay. Wasn't expecting Temp lockdown from them. Their aggro deck. Yeah, we'll play into another one. I don't know if we can afford not to. Moves at 4. We have removal in hand. Another one. Okay, I kind of figured. See if we can get there. You know what card would be a great top deck? Hearth Elemental. So I guess they sideboard into this like I don't know, more defensive tokeny deck. Because the first start was very aggressive with this the song to make the rats and War Leader's Call. And that 2-drop. Very, very, very aggressive. And now they're playing Temp Lockdowns and Caretaker's Talent. It's very interesting. So if we can hit them for 1 and oh, we don't have Bolt Wave, we have Rage. Okay. I thought we had a Bolt Wave in our graveyard. Frontline Rush. Draw card. So this does deal 1 to non-white creatures. Burst Lightning. Ooh. We draw 5th land, that's just game. You know, we could just pass and try to draw Rage. And then see if we draw 5th land, or if not, Rage plus Burst Lightning probably kills. The alternative is Lithomantic 1 and attack, and they probably chump. then we just like pass because they're still at 4. So I think we just draw Monstrous Rage. And pass. We're at 20. There's no rush really. We just don't want them to gain life somehow. I don't know if they have any life gain mechanics. They probably play like the Arabella or whatever. That's definitely a card we should be worried about. The one that it like gain and drains for every creature that's attacking. They attack. Okay. Another temp lockdown. Please draw land. Torch the Tower is not land. Alright. We'll pass. Just be patient. 3 temp lockdowns. Crazy. Okay, United Battlefront. They found 1 Warrior's Call. There it is. Where are you? Damn. Alright. That was weird. So let's change how we sideboarded. I don't know. I guess they might flip back and board out all these temp lockdowns and go aggro again. I don't know. I think Spell Pierce is good either way, because if they're playing United Battlefront and Warrior's Call, Spell Pierce is pretty good. And Flood Maw is pretty good, actually. I can't move my deck up for some reason. Okay. I guess we'll just... Not sure what to do here. I feel like I still want like Torch the Towers though. A little twisted here. Ugh. Let's trim. What else did they play? That was it. It was just these 2, 3 lockdowns. Let's trim a Monstrous Rage if they're going that defensive. I do like Monstrous Rage because it lets us just like smash through their little blockers. Trim another Slate. And let's just bring in 2 Torch. We still gotta cut 1 more card. Alright, it's probably bad to cut 4 Sleight of Hand, but I don't know. I feel like we need these sideboard cards. I hate over sideboarding though. Their deck is weird. It's cool, but it's weird. Alright, good hand. Hopefully we don't get run over though. Good hand if they're on the more defensive plan, although it still dies to temporary lockdown, but our whole deck does, so. Could opt here. Yeah, if they don't do anything, then I won't do anything. Plot. Caretaker's Talent. Get some damage. there's the Spell Pierce. Hopefully they don't temp lock down here. We have decent follow-up if they do. Slick shot into rage. Slick shot into rage plus Spell Pierce. There it is. Another slick shot. Could save the rage. Let's do it. Squeeze a little more damage out. You know, it's not, we don't need to cast it on this one. We also have this one to cast it on if they do manage to kill this. But casting it on this means missing out on a potential 2 more damage, and that's just a lot in this scenario. Song for 1. Okay. I'll draw a card. Yeah, sure. Hit me for 1. There's another cutter. The 6 planet, this is a lot of damage, and we have Spell Pierce for whatever they play here. This is bad. We didn't play around like Torch plus Elspeth Smite. Could have done this pre-combat probably. Although I guess they would just wouldn't. They would just torch the other one. But yeah, that's lethal. Wow. Awesome. Snuck lethal in there after a temp lockdown. So we'll take it. We're at 138. So all right, let's try like one more game. See if we can maybe get close to top 100. On the draw, finally. We're against Marukero, rank 115. We do have to mulligan. Not a very good hand. Okay. This is most likely... we have no blue anyways. Let's play tap land. Most likely the Jeskai Oculus or Jeskai Profs, what, you know, I don't know what to really call it anymore. Cutter. Oh, you're telling me they didn't keep a one-lander? Okay, it's not bad. Kind of wasted their turn too, so maybe we can get in the lead here and outrace him. Cutter is very scary. I don't think it's Oculus if they're playing Cutter. I haven't seen any Oculus decks playing it. Oh, maybe. If they're playing that. Yep. That's so tough. No helping hand, okay. Let's attack. I don't know why they didn't block. Or didn't attack. Saving this, like, if we draw a slick shot or something, like we don't have lethal by casting Bolt Wave here, so like why cast it? You know, we could draw a slick shot and kill them. That's kind of like an out we have to play too, or draw Cutter. So So it's better to just hold some stuff in our hand. It is bad if we draw a Hearth Elemental. I was gonna say Hearth Fire. Hearth Elemental. Okay. Man, that's a decent draw. Let's go ahead and cast the Bolt Wave. This is a lot of damage. So it's 5, 6, 7. It's 10. They don't block. They might not block. This is a tough decision. Okay, they block. Still a lot of damage. They're at 2. So untapped land is also lethal. Unless I have something to mess with our graveyard. Because we talent and draw Bolt Wave. Unless I have some way to gain life. Like a lot of these lists are playing like 1 or 2 like sheltered by ghosts. That card's pretty brutal against us. So what is the harmonize in this? 4. Okay. No land sheltered by ghosts, please. Spell Pierce. Ooh, that's scary. That's maybe something we should play around if we like go for the Bolt Wave line. Alright. Torch, sacrificing the token. They are tapped out, so if we draw land, that is lethal. Tap land, of course. Alright. So we will attack. They have to block. And then we will just activate, get Bolt Wave, play our tap land here, and then since they have to block, they have virtually no way of killing us next turn. That's why attacking here is good, actually. Hopefully they have no way to kill us here. It'd be pretty crazy if they did. It would have to be like props plus another draw spell. Trigger Cutter, Trigger Prowess, put a bunch of counters on something. So I think they could do it. Can they beat a Bolt Wave? FOMO. This is only when it attacks, right? Yeah, whenever this creature attacks. Don't give it haste. Props. Okay. That is going to be shy of lethal. Yeah, that's only 7. Oh, 8. Good try. Good try. Nice. Barely squeaked out game 1 on the draw with kind of a rough mulligan, so that feels good. This deck is tough for us to play against, though. They very easily can run us over. And I struggle sideboarding against it. I think you just want a lot of removal for the important pieces. Like we don't have any graveyard stuff, so maybe that's a slot in the sideboard we should have, is some graveyard stuff. But you have to kill like FOMO, you have to kill Oculus if they do get one down. And a Braid can kill Cutter as well. So let's... I know Bolt Wave just won us the game. Trim Bolt Wave again. But again, they're going to bring in more interactive stuff. Like, they're going to bring in Sheltered by Ghosts. We can't win the game if we have Bolt Wave in our hand and they play Sheltered by Ghosts, you know what I mean? So that's my reasoning for trimming the Bolt Waves basically every games 2 and 3. Unless we're against, like, Control, then I'll generally keep them, because that lets us go really fast. Or at least some number. But it's one of those cards that's just really good game 1 and not as good game 2 and 3. Alright. Let's trim 1 Rage and 2 Slates. And try it like this. Spell Pierce is a consideration. That, what's it called? Glacial Dragon Hunt? The 2 mana draw, discard, deal 3. That card seems so bad to me, but then watching them play it where they want to discard something, it seems like incredible. But like in our deck, it would be like terrible. Yeah, they mulled to 6. No 1-drop. Ooh, 2 Cutters. Could be a nasty hand. Let's go ahead and run Swift Spear out. It's fine if they torch it. I don't know. Do you think it was dumb to run Swift Spear out into 1 open mana there? I think you just do it. So here we can hopefully like Barrage or Burst Lightning, whatever they play. 2 Prof's Memories. That is not what they want to be doing. That's crazy. Okay, let's Cutter plus Opt. This is really, really good for us. Talent. I mean, yeah, it's a spell, and we have 4 lands, so it's like pretty good value now. Just wouldn't want to put that on the bottom and then draw like land. So we could Burst Lightning plus Barrage that if we really want to kill it. Pyroclasm. Okay. Oh, we can't do that. Never mind. That's fine. Alright. We will just be in race mode here, and if they block, then we'll Burst Lightning it. Yeah, let's just get it off the board. Nice. Heck yeah, so we are 7-0 with this deck right now. We're up to 109. Alright guys, that is all for me today. Deck was awesome. So I went 3-0 with this version before I started recording. 4-0 just now. 7-0, just absolutely tearing through like high Mythic with this list. The deck feels insane. Like, it feels unstoppable. It's so consistent at, you know, putting out 20 damage over the course of the game, and also can just basically answer everything opponent is doing with their sideboard, and, you know, the cheap spells that just have such good synergy with us that we sideboard in. Hearth Elemental, I think, is a great addition to the deck, so shout out to Stanley for that. Again, his stuff is linked below, so go check him out. Yeah, enough said. We never really used Quarry Mountain. It came in tapped a couple times, came in untapped a couple times. Still not sold on it, but I think it's worth testing. An interesting thing is Bolt Wave. Like, it seems bad to main deck a card that you are just wanting to sideboard out every single time, but it just kind of the nature of the card, it is a pretty good game 1 card when you just are trying to run them over game 1. before they bring in all their sideboard interaction. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like someone else was saying, they think keep Bolt Wave in the red mirror because it lets you go faster than them. So I don't know. Like I said, I think the games get so interactive. You don't want to have Bolt Wave in. You want to have interaction, and you know, and more like grindy pieces with them. Yeah. So that's all for today. Super thrilled with this deck, and I'm gonna keep playing Prowess. Like I said, I love this archetype. So you'll see more of this from me. But all right. Till next time. Peace.